Hey folks, JD here, and today we're going to be taking up the V988 by WLToys. Now we know WLToys make great cars, they make good helicopters too, and I really enjoy them. Now this one today, I'm hoping it's going to be as good, so we're going to take around. I've left this weather get a little bit worse, so we've got quite a bit of wind coming down on us today, up to 10-mile-an-hour gusts. How are we going to fare with this little guy? Well, I've always fancied knowing, and if it gets a little bit too rough, we'll pull her away. Now, what we can expect off this, hopefully, is a good flight. I know we've flown very similar helicopters to this in the past couple of weeks, and I want to see how it fares. Is it the same as the last one, just with a different body on it? I don't know. One way to find out, though, my friends. Let's take her. Let's get her attached. So once again, I'm going to loop that cable around the front. I'm going to plug her in when she's level on the ground so that the gyro can calibrate properly. There we go. Don't want to be plugging her in and then putting her down. Want to be putting her down and then plugging her in. Same for quadcopters. Auto bind. There we go. Auto bound. Done. Just looking at the front, I can just see the little red LED on the inside of the helicopter. That is now solid red. We should be good to take off. Okay, let's take off. I do love little helis. They are incredibly good fun, but you do have to have your wits about with them because they will run away from you at the first opportunity. Especially, this is another one like the last brushless WLToys one that we looked at. Ooh, up you go. Oh, it's a bit choppy for this today. No pun intended. Well, choppy chopper, you know. Ooh, head nice. Well, whatever. I kind of lost my train of thought there. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too windy for this today. I'm going to keep on pushing it though, just to see exactly how it goes. But one thing I do find a little bit strange about these is the orientation lights as well. I do like to have an orientation light just to see exactly, well, what my orientation is. And I do find it quite strange in not having that. Now, it was quite difficult when we had the brushless one a couple of weeks ago, because that was in fog, not in the best flying conditions at all. I really shouldn't have flown in those conditions, but still I wanted to see what it was like, and honestly I think it did remarkably well. There's that unmistakable WLToys helicopter whine from the motor as it goes past you. It sounds like it's wobbling. Fantastic little sound. See, if you just catch the breeze just right like this, then you can ride it and then pull it round and then she'll speed up. Oh, yeah. Fun, fun, fun. Little thing this is. Really good fun. Now, as I say with helicopters, a lot of people look at them, and I've had a few comments off people saying, oh, it's not a 3D copter, I'm not interested. Well, that's up to you. Personally, I prefer to fly everything and bring everything to the channel. Ooh, yeah. And this thing is doing remarkably well. Remarkably well. I thought I would have to go in a straight line and then I was going to have to pull the video because it was going to be far too choppy for this little thing up in the air. But no. This thing is doing remarkably well. Look at it go! And there is a lot of fun to be had off these little things. Now, I think... Oh, there we go. I thought the wind had her then, but didn't. Just must have been my orientation from when I was looking at her. But yeah, so you're going to get a good 7 to 8 minutes of flight out of this. And hopefully, with that little bit of flight as well. Oh God, up, 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 up. That was a little bit of breeze bearing down on her then, but fortunately just leaving off the pitch, then she can reclaim her altitude slightly. Now this little battery is going to give you about 7 to 8 minutes of flight. As we've seen, normally we get a little bit more than that. WLToys, mostly from what I've seen, they like to undersell themselves and over deliver, and I'm big on that, because a lot of companies these days, when it comes to these flying vehicles, will turn around and say, oh yeah, it has 20 minutes of flight if you don't record video, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, and turn off the GPS. And you know, I much prefer to know 10 minutes of flight, 10 minutes of good flight, Oh, it's doing so well. I'm just over, well, about 75% positive pitch as well. Sorry, that's a little bit of something I like to do. Just bring her down, reduce the throttle quite a way, hear that motor wind down, and then slam her right back up to 100%. As I was saying, but with WLToys, the battery life tends to be a lot better. And this flight is remarkably good for, battle, my little friend. There we go. Wow. Fair play, you've done well. But yeah, so far it's so easy to fly them as well. So goddamn easy to fly them. It's remarkable. You know, it takes a little bit of getting used to the way that this turns and the way that it flies. Your pitch and roll versus quadcopter. But honestly, I think it's something that most people can get to grips with very easily. I got to grips with it through flying indoor helicopters, and I thought that was probably the best way that I could do it. No environmental factors, getting used to the controls. I think 2 flights in, and I was extremely confident, and I started bringing them outside. You know, so it doesn't take that much. You just gotta remember how this thing flies a little bit differently to a standard quadcopter, which once you've flown once or twice, you get to grips with it remarkably easy. Now we've got oh, see, it is good though. It is good. We've got a little bit of a gust of wind coming, so I'm just going to hold her there and just let her decide what she's going to do with the wind. And she's okay. She's fine now, yeah? Wind's gone. Look at that. Nice little bit of stabilisation there. Nice little bit of stability, rather. And that's it, you know, and you get a great bit of battery life out of it as well, as I've mentioned. But they are remarkably stable. Okay, she's pulling to the right a little bit more than what I'd like, and that's quite simply because I've tied the battery cable around the right landing sprig. I don't like that coming anywhere near that gear underneath it. I like to have that gear totally unrestricted and unencumbered as well, because it's just not a wise move putting a gear directly near the power cable. I don't like that. I don't think that's a very good move at all. That is my one bugbear with these type of copters. But in saying that if that is the one thing that really annoys me, which it is, it's quite a minor thing, as long as you just prepare for it and put it to one side, and that's exactly what I've done. Oh yeah, it's doing good though. A couple of things I do miss as well. It's not really, it's not a hate, it's not a bugbear, it's just things I miss. One of them being, well, orientation light. It's okay, you can get to grips with it because of that really bright nose cone. You can see it quite easily. Another thing is, oh, hang on. It's just gone completely out of my head. Before I said nose cone, I remember what they were. Oh well, it couldn't have been that important. Absolutely, otherwise I would have remembered it. But yeah, they're just so much fun. Look at it go, wee. But yeah, oh, that's it, the battery life. As soon as you know the battery's going, normally the orientation light starts to flash. Well, with this, you only have a little LED on the inside, you have nothing on the outside. So the only thing that I could recommend is you start to notice it not being able to throttle up as quick or as fast or as smoothly as it once was. You'll notice that you'll be at 100% and it'll be sort of staying at about half height, and it won't be increasing any further. In fact, it might be dropping. It might be dropping altitude, and that's the one thing to notice when you are flying this. But I mean, my battery's going to last a little bit longer, I think, today, because my throttle response has been very slow because I'm letting the wind do the most of this flying. I'm just controlling a little bit of her orientation. That's it. Mostly the wind is taking care of this little girl for me today. I mean, there we are. That was me 100% throttle, and she just powered up towards the sky. So just use your environmental factors. Use the wind to your advantage. see? And you know, it's just so much fun. There we are, my throttle response was just on 50% there. Oh, I think she's starting to go a little bit. Oh, yeah, I think she is. She's not as quick on the uptake as she once was. Perhaps I'm going to just keep her a little bit near me for the minute and just look at that, her increase in altitude, and see how she's going to do. Well, that's my answer. Straight into the floor, 100% throttle, no lift. Let me try again, just to see if I do get anywhere. But if I don't, oh, that's right, trip over my helipad. 100%. There we go. Got a little bit of lift out of her, so I think she's right on the cusp of dying. But you do get great battery life out of this, you know, fantastic little Christmas presents. And they're cheap as well, that's the great thing. I think I had this in a sale and I bought maybe 5 different helicopters because they had dropped the price. I don't know if they just weren't selling or what, but dropped the price, you know, 70% about a month and a half, 2 months ago. So I got this one for about, what was that, about £22. Normal price. 100%, and she's going down. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I think honestly, if you get the chance to get any of these WLToys ones that I've looked at, the brushless, the brushed, then I don't think you're going to go far wrong. Honestly, I really don't. I mean, these things are just so much fun. I mean, even today with this wind, and this isn't fun. I mean, I've had a quadcopter today struggle in this, and this little thing is just a little dart. It's beautiful. Controls on the transmitter, as I've said in the unboxing and many times before, this transmitter is synonymous with WLToys, and honestly, it's basic as it comes, but it works, and that's what I'm grateful for. They're not trying to add anything else into it. It's just the same transmitter over and over and over and over and over again, and it just works. It really works. It really works well. The helicopter responds extremely quick from it. All in all, this is a remarkable little helicopter. I love it. I really love it. All right then, folks. Well, thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.